Hi, this is 365801 and this is a book and manga haul, and this is for the month of January 2026. So when I say I'm back on my shit, I mean I'm back on my shit. And we didn't even stop. When did I stop being on my What happened? What happened? This is a huge stack. There are I don't even know, I haven't totaled it up. I should probably count how many I've got. I'll tell you at the end. I'll do the calculations. But yeah, so this is probably going to be, I don't think it's going to be a long video, because I can tell you right now, I have not read a single volume. I've not read a single volume of what's here. There's books, there's danme, there's light novels, there's manga, there's, I think, manhwa, maybe? Yes, webcomics, that kind of thing. So yeah, there's a real mix in here for this month. We're gonna just do it as we normally do. But yeah, this is one where, yeah, get a drink, watch on double speed, that kind of thing. Because I don't have a lot to say about most of these, other than where I got it, why I bought it, that kind of thing. But yeah, there's an awful lot here. I did get amazing bargains. I mean, that's the main thing. I only bought things 3 different days, except for some things I got from the charity shop. So yeah, these are just 3 days worth of purchases. It's just that I bought a lot on those 3 days. Especially the 16th. I don't know what happened on the 16th of January, but a lot was purchased. And some of this was actually left over from December. I had, if you remember in my December haul video, said that there was a package that hadn't arrived yet from Sci-Fi, and I was expecting it. So yeah, that came quite early on in the month. And I also bought some stuff in the New Year sale from Traveling Man. So lots of different stuff here. Yeah, nice warm drink, double speed. We'll get through this. But this does look like just as bad, if not worse, than many of the worst months in 2025. And I know that because at the moment I have been going through all of my review videos for 2025. I am about halfway through making most of them, so hopefully we'll get them all done. Probably not. Some of them will go up. Actually, I should probably put one up today. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff here. Anyway, I'm going to try and do better. My goal in 2026 is to do better, and I've already failed. So yeah, let's get on with what I bought. So as usual, yes, let's start with some charity shop purchases. These are the hardback ones that I picked up. I couldn't help myself. They're so pretty, even though I probably won't actually end up reading them. Well, I might do. That's kind of the point, isn't it? Well, first of all, Once Upon a Broken Heart by Stephanie Garber. I've heard about, I've seen, I'm not sure. But it does look very pretty, doesn't it? And lovely, like really good quality, in great condition. Hardback, so it was about £2. I think they were all £2. Then Daughter of the Moon Goddess by Su Lin Han, which of course I've seen and lots of people have loved. Some people haven't. But it's also blurb by Stephanie Garber. So I'm like, all right, maybe these two romanticy, maybe? I don't know. But it does look so pretty, doesn't it? So pretty. And then the Richard Osman one, which is not the prettiest. It kind of looks kind of like 1980s. It looks like a 1980s kind of design. Is obviously the Thursday Murder Club author. I might drop that series because I have a copy of Volume 4, but I've not read it, and I feel like maybe moving on to this one and just seeing what this is like would be good. And yeah, they're all £2. We Solve Murders. Interesting. I can probably get an audiobook for some of these from my library, which would be good. And then I'd be able to read and listen at the same time, which I feel really helps with things that aren't gay. I'm not gonna lie, struggling through non-gay books is something that I'm gonna probably be doing in 2026. That's another goal. Another goal is to struggle through the books that are not gay, or queer in any way. Yeah, I feel like that's something that I do. Or I'm gonna try to do more of in 2026. So that's why I picked these up. One, just because Those two are so beautiful. And obviously the Richard Osman one is a fairly new one. I know that the 5th book from the 13 Murder Club, so it's about a year old, this one. But yeah, nice hardbacks. And if I don't read them, I can always pass them along to someone who might in my family. So they'll do fine. Let's move on to some paperbacks I got from charity shops. Hopefully these stay standing. I have In the Flow by Elissa Vitti. This is about cycle syncing, and I saw it in the charity shop, and then I got home and watched Kayla's video she just put up about cycle syncing that she'd been trying to do. I'm not sure if I'm at the stage or maybe beyond, I don't know. We will see. I've definitely had a lot of issues. That's like TMI for most people, but yes, I think one of the health things that I've been dealing with over the last few years has been to do with hormones. So this is at least going to be an interesting read, I think. I had a wee flick through, so I won't say I've read it, but I have read passages in it. And yeah, I could just take it back to the charity shop afterwards. I think this was maybe only £1, something like that. The other two are pounds as well. Assistant to the Villain by Hannah Nicole Meyer, I don't know how to say that. And The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches by Sangu Mandana. I have seen, and apparently the second one is much better than the first. These two I mostly bought because I thought my sister might enjoy them. So the next time she comes up, there'll be more. I see things and I'm like, oh, my sister might like that. She might like the hardbacks as well, actually. She might enjoy them. I'm not sure. She might not. She likes things to do with witches, but she's more like a paranormal romance fan, I think, and slightly dark, so she kind of likes like mafia stories and stuff, and I'm very much not a mafia person, so maybe she'll like The Assistant to the Villain. I don't know. But these are two that I thought, like, oh, okay, I'll get them because my sister might like them and they're only £1. So yeah, trying to help her escape into books. So yeah, these were fairly cheap and they're fine for being in my collection at the moment, and I can always get rid of them once I'm done with them. Now on to some more prose that I did not get from a charity shop. I did actually put this in my cart at World of Books. So when it came, I don't know if you can see, but there are loads of tabs. So someone's read this and they've tabbed it and they put a color-coded key at the front, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna love this. Someone else has put in the work to sit and read, and I would love to be able to do this. This is the whole, like, I would like to be able to read something that I know is going to be like a 4.5 or 5-star read that I'm going to love, but to take my time and to put in tabs and things, it just seems so romantic, doesn't it? I don't think you need to do that with every book. I certainly don't, but I do think it would be nice. It would feel really indulgent, I feel like, and I think that's something I need to actually look into myself more. I've been doing a little bit of like, about myself this past couple months when I didn't feel like I could relax. I was feeling like I couldn't relax. Maybe my anxiety was high, but I kept looking around going, oh, I need to clean this and I need to do that. And I feel like, maybe that's something that I was brought up with. I don't know if you feel this as well. If you were in a similar household, whenever I was sat with a book, my mum would be like, oh, there's a child without a job. Let's give her a job. Let's get her doing something. And I never felt like I could sit and enjoy a book without it being like hidden and secret and kind of like, oh, hopefully no one spots me, completely in my own little world having this great adventure in this book, because I'll have to wash the dishes or I'll have to hoover or I'll have to dust. And I'm looking at my shelves going, you really need to dust. But yeah, the whole tabbing, maybe doing it with an audiobook at the same time, like, oh my god, that just seems like what a lovely way to spend a day. Why am I not giving myself that? Because I have like full days off and I don't do that. Why do I not do that? So yeah, seeing this, having it, it kind of awakened something in me, and I felt kind of jealous, but also so privileged to be able to read someone else's tabbed book. like, maybe they're like, yeah, that was fine. That's only a 3.5 or a 4-star, and I only want 5 stars on my shelves. And maybe it's 4.5, but nah, I want just the perfect ones. Or maybe this wasn't something they enjoyed at all. But this has got quite a good reputation for Alexander Rowland's book. It is male romance. It's supposed to be like fantasy and politics and things like that. I managed to get this for, I think it was World of Books. Let me see. A Taste of Golden Iron. £6.20 it was supposed to be, but I got it for a deal, so it's £4.50. And I think £4.50 for this is a really good price because I've had my eye on this for a while. This is one that I'm like, oh, people have talked about it. They've said it's really good. I kind of want to read it. So yeah, this is one that I have had on my radar for quite some time. So to get it for £4.50 and tabbed, I'm really looking forward to reading it. It kind of got bumped up. I was like, yeah, I'll have this on my shelf for probably a while, but with the tabs, I kind of feel like it's going to be a good experience. On to some light novels. These are Sasaki Miyano's First Years, the novelizations by Kotoko Hachijo, the original story and art, obviously by Sho Harusono. I thought I had this already, turns out I didn't. So I picked this up. I think it was from eBay, £5.38. So pretty good. Not as good as it could have been, but I think that's perfectly fine. I did get a deal, so it was a bit cheaper. The other one I picked up is a volume 4. Damn it, because I have volume 1. So now I can't read this. I cannot read that. As opposed to the First Years, I can read because it's the first one. I had the second one, so now I can read that as well. But volume 4, I can't read. I've got volume 1, which I have already read technically, and now I have volume 4. I've got the manga as well, so I've got some things to show. This is Mikage Sawamura's Associate Professor Akira Takatsuki's Conjecture, and this volume is called Thus the Gates to the Spirit Realm Open. Ooh! I really enjoyed the first volume, and I would like to collect the rest of these. It kind of does make me feel like it's a bit Julia Richard-esque in that respect, but it also has the sort of supernatural folklore element that I also really love. So it's got like added enjoyment for me. This one I picked up for was supposed to be £6.10, but I got it for a deal, so it's £4.73. So really good price for that one as well. So yeah, these two are going to be going down the stairs along with the other books I just showed and adding to my TBR downstairs, which I will not have to do. I'm thinking of mid-February, I'm going to do a review of my numbers and just count exactly. So I can just keep up to date every couple months, I think. Every 3 to 4, maybe. Maybe every quarter I'll do a review of my numbers. So yeah, this is going to add to it. But I won't be able to read it until I get volume 2 and 3. Now on to some Danme and what kicked off my January, because it was the first of the year. They had a New Year sale on in Travelling Man with a 10% discount, as well as dropping the amount that you needed to spend to qualify for free shipping. Not that shipping is terribly expensive with Travelling Man anyway, but they were originally, I think it was like £60, and they dropped it down to £40. So I managed to get this without having to pay any shipping, which is amazing, as well as a 10% discount. And I chose these two because I could have chosen a lot of the Rosemay. These are Rosemay publications. I could have chosen a lot of Rosemay ones. Next time there's 10% discount, I probably will try and look out for, and that's when I will get things from Travelling Man. They are the only ones that sell Rosemay, but I felt like I should get these two because I have volume 1 of Nantan and volume 1 of How to Survive as a Villain, and I do not, I've not quite read them yet, and I felt like I should focus on this one instead of getting more volume 1s. Now that I'm thinking about it, volume 1s might have been a good idea, but I really wanted these ones. And it did say that they were technically like, it didn't specify that these still were the like first print editions with the plastic and the extras. There are extras on this. In fact, I'll spin them around and show you. There we go. I spun them around. So this is the extra stuff that you get with them because it's covered in plastic. So I was really pleasantly surprised because the ones that I bought the first time were also like this, that I didn't know I was getting them. So I'm happy about that. I don't know about some of the other things. These are pricey. They're full recommended retail price. They're going to be more than £10, and that's what I identified last year as being something that caused me a lot of increase in my expenditure. So I tried really hard in 2025 not to buy anything that was over £10 or to buy a small number of things that were over £10. So I did not buy anything from Travelling Man in 2025. These were from 2024. But with 10% discount and my sister in my ear saying, go and do it, just do it. How could I resist? So yeah, I did get Nantan. This is a lovely hardback. It's so beautiful. Hardback cover for £27. That was £2.99 off. And How to Survive as a Villain Volume 2 was £23.40 with £2.59 off, another 10%. And I didn't have to pay for shipping, even though it was less than the normal amount that you need to for qualification. Absolutely lovely. Another 2026 goal. I need to read volume 1s of Nanchan and How to Survive as a Villain. I feel like that's important. I should make an effort. In fact, I may as well just say one of my 2026 goals is to read 12 Danmei. I do not care what ones they are, but 12 volumes of Danmei from my TBR shelf needs to be read by the end of 2026. I feel like one a month, even if a couple of months I read more than one, maybe it's a volume 1 and a volume 2 because I'm really into the story, that's okay. I'm not specifying exactly what I need to read. I'm just saying I need to read 12 of them. I feel like 12 is a good number, one a month. Try and get 12 off my shelf, my TBR shelf. But specifically, I would like to read 12 Danmei, just because I can feel it kind of taking over, but I'm not actually spending the time enjoying it. So why am I spending the money on it? And that's something I've been obviously looking at quite a bit. So here they are, beautiful, added to the TBR. And the last of my pros, I think, and the last Danmei I have to show. This is Remnants of Filth. I managed to pick this up. It was supposed to be £8.90, volume 1, because I don't have a volume 1. And I managed to get a 50% deal off, so it was £7.57 for this volume. And I think that's pretty good. This is obviously by Meat Bun, so it's going to break my heart. There's going to be a twist. There's going to be something. People have been like, oh my god, this is... oh. and I cannot wait, and I cannot wait. It's going to be wonderful. And it is a volume 1, which means I can start reading this straight away, which adds to the Danmei that I can choose from. 12. I need to read 12. So yeah, it's a part of my bookshelf that needs to get rearranged. So that's something that I'm going to do, so I can see exactly what I have more. Because the Danmei section at the moment is like obscured by piles of Danmei in front of it. So I feel like I don't really know what I have. That's just what's happened over the last couple of months. There's been more stacks put and it's not been organised. So a reorganisation needs to happen, which I may or may not film, just depends. Do you think I should? More reorganisation of shelves. It's just fun. I just love it. But also it's daunting. So I kind of need to dedicate time to it, which I should probably be reading instead. But yeah, Remnants of Filth, You Woo by Meat Bun. I'm ready to have my heart broken. So we're moving on to the manga, manhwa, that kind of thing. But that's not BL specifically. This is Star-Crossed, volume 1, 2, and 3. This is by Jinko, who made Kiss Him Not Me, which I don't own, but who is also quite a well-known BL mangaka. It's a shame we don't have more. But yeah, I did see this, and I kind of wanted to see if it was any good, and if it was kind of slashable in any way. I mean, it's probably, look at that, volume 3. And I did pick them up for really good prices. Is this the full series? Is there a volume 4? I have no idea, and I've not even checked. Anyway, I picked them up. Not read any of them. Let's see, volume 1 I picked up for £2.90, which is pretty good. I got volume 2 for £5.31 and volume 3 for £5.27, also from eBay. So they were a wee bit more pricey. But a full 3-volume set for, what's that, 12, 13 £13? It's not too bad. So, plus it is Junko, and I feel like I should give these a go, but also if it's not good, or if it's not something that I want to keep, then I might just get rid of it. I'm kind of in that, especially when it comes to the things I'm going to be showing you as well. It's like, if it's not, it's the same with My Girlfriend's a Geek. If it's not something that I really want, then I might get rid of it out of the collection, just for space saving. We shall see. And while we're talking about My Girlfriend's a Geek, I got volume 2. This is by Shimbariz, with a story by Pentabu. So Shimbariz is the mangaka who did it, and Shimbariz is also a BL mangaka. So it's something that may be, just like Starcrossed, a bit slashable or have some funny things. I know Bazaar recently read it and said it was really good. I don't know how many volumes there are in the series. I suspect the older volumes are more difficult to come by. These are yen press. I don't think I said what Starcrossed was. And they were Kodansha. So yeah, so this is a little bit damaged at the top. I don't know if that was before it was sent or if it was during shipping, because it was quite a lot in the bags. But yeah, this is a yen press, an older yen press, and sometimes they are harder to get, especially with series. But I did get this one. I think I got it from World of Books, and it was supposed to be £5, but with a deal it was £4.50. So I don't think that's too bad. And like I said before, if it's not something I want to keep in the collection, I will just get rid of it. On to some more non-BL from a BL mangaka. This is Tales of the Kingdom, Volume 1 by Asumiko Nakamura. And this is also a yen press, but it's a hardback. And I didn't realise these were hardback. Yen press don't do hardback that often, but when they do, it's usually incredibly beautiful and by mangaka who produce incredibly beautiful stories, which is why I have one solitary hardback from Aki, the Angel of Ilhamburg, because it's just so stunningly beautiful. So this is a little bit beat up, just slightly. I think it needs a bit of a clean, but I'm quite happy to have it in the collection and give it a wee go. See if it's something that I want to collect. I can't remember, where did I get it? World of Books. And it was supposed to be £6.50, but with the deal it was £4.73. So pretty good. And yes, I've not read it, but it does have explicit advisory. Whoa, I wonder what that's about. So I kind of want to read it now, see what it's about. So yeah, I have not done any research on this. I've just saw it and thought, yeah, I want some more Nakamura Asumiko in my collection. Some more yen press. This is Aka 13 Territory Inspection Department by Natsume Ono, but this is the PS, so this is like the second series of this story, and this is volume 2, so it's kind of a random volume. I did manage to pick it up for, it was supposed to be £5.80, but I got it for £4.50. So it's just going in the collection in my yen press section. Natsume Ono just is such a good mangaka. Award-winning, but also that's the storytelling, it's the craft. Not necessarily everyone's cup of tea when it comes to the art, but for me it's so distinctive, it's so expressive. I mean, look at all those faces. There's like personality, there's character there. It's so deft. So yeah, Natsume Ono. Love, love, love. So yeah, Aka 13. I will endeavour to try and get all of the volumes for good prices. It does make me want to pick up another series that's really hard to get. We'll see if I can get one of those. But yeah, this is one that I will keep on collecting as and when I can. With Natsume Ono, Haruko Kumota is also a mangaka who has a very distinctive style, is very expressive, and is an incredible storyteller. And I managed to pick this one up. This is Descending Stories, Volume 8, Showa Genroku Rakugo Shinju, and this is a Kodansha title. I think I have volume 1, 2, 3, 4, 9 and 10. So I have 8, 9 and 10. So now I need to get 5, 6 and 7. And these are also being collected as and when I can get them for good or okay prices. It is one of those series that hopefully I'll be able to get them all and eventually just sit and read the whole thing and then rewatch the anime because it was just amazing. So yeah, this is, oh no, I think I might have more. Did I pick up one last month? Or was it 2 months ago? This is the problem. I haven't put away my previous months. I have a lot of things to put away, stacks of books everywhere. Anyway, I managed to get this one for £5.30, which is a really good price, and it's in really good condition, and it's beautiful. So I'm looking forward to reading it. Now, on to some random ones. These are all ones I got from Sci-Fi, I think. This is the one that I was expecting the package. So I purchased this in December, but it took a wee while. This is My Lesbian Experience with Loneliness by Mangatube. I have had the opportunity to buy more of her work, but I said no because I don't have the first volume. So now I have the first volume, and it just so happens that this is also the point when they are releasing, or have released, is it like a large trim size hardback version of this? It's supposed to be. Seven Seas are doing. So if you've seen one of those in the wild, let me know. It's probably very pricey, but I did manage to get this for a fairly good price. It was supposed to be £5.52, but because it was a second-hand volume, I got 20% off. So I either have to do the maths or I have to add it to the whole thing. So it was either £5.52 minus 20%, which is what, 55, £4? £4? Something like that. Or it's £5.54, and that makes other things cheaper. I don't mind either one. I think it's a good price. It's the best price I've ever seen for this, because I have been keeping an eye out for it, and it's generally, I think the lowest I've seen it was £8 something. So happy with whatever I got, and it does mean I now need to maybe increase my Mangatube collection, but I want to read this one first. Another one that I got in that Sci-Fi order was A Man and His Cat Volume 1, also a Volume 1, so also one I can read. It's one I've seen so many people love. This is by Umi Sakurai, and it is a Square Enix one, so it's the thin and expensive kind. Square Enix, gotta love ya. So yeah, this is one that loads of people really enjoyed. It's been ongoing for quite a while. A man and his ugly looking cat, and I just want to give it a go. It's not got BL in it, I don't think, at all, but probably just feels like a warm hug. So sometimes that's what I'm after. It was £3.99 as part of the order, but obviously the prices I haven't quite determined yet. So it's either £3.99 or £5.54. Another large trim size one. This is by Tokyopop this time, and also LGBT. This is Why I Adopted My Husband by Yuta Yagi. I've had my eye on this for quite a while, so I'm really happy to be able to get it for a good price. I think I got it from do I even know? Yes, it was eBay. So I think it was We Buy Books. And it was £6.15, which is the cheapest I've seen it as well. So this is one I'll probably try and read in the month of June, because I do like to have some non-fiction LGBT works. It's just something that I always try and plan to read in June. I mean, I could read at any point in time because they're in my collection, but that's something I like to look forward to. Something that is often autobiographical or biographical, and something that is a little bit more personalised in that month. So the last of the large trim size non-BL, technically non-BL, ones that I got was A Polar Bear in Love, Volume 5 by Kuromo. These are yen press, tall and slim and kind of pricey. So when I see them for a good price, I kind of want to pick them up. I only have Volume 1 and Volume 3 now, which I got last month, and a volume 5. So I need to get volume 2 and 4. Chances of me getting them, it's going to be a couple of years probably before I get it. Anyway, it was supposed to be £6.99, but with the discount it's £5.24. So still a little bit more than I want to, because this isn't technically BL. So although that first volume was so BL coded, it was ridiculous. But I don't have a volume 2, so I can't read either volume 3 or volume 5. It will take me a while to be able to read this. So this is one that just goes in the collection until I actually have the rest of the volumes and can read it. There's quite a lot in my collection that's like that. I mean, I'm going to be talking about another one soon anyway. But yeah, this is just a kind of placeholder filling in a gap. So some more non-BL but smaller trim size and volume 1, so I can actually read them. This one is Grain Layers. This is by Rihito Takarai, who is once again also a BL mangaka, but I understand that this is not a BL manga. This is volume 1 for £6, but I got it for £4.50. There are 3 volumes. I've almost bought this a few times over the years, but I don't even know if £4.50 is a good buy for this, because I would really want to have all 3 volumes and just sit and binge it. But I don't know if I want to keep it in the collection, so I thought try the volume 1, see if it's something you want. It is a BL mangaka, but it's just not BL manga. Next we have Mad Love Chase by Kazusa Takashima, who I think also has done some BL. This is an old Tokyopop. It is a volume 1, and it was part of that Sci-Fi order, but it was like super cheap, £1.36, or 20% off of that, or £5.54, which is, I think, maybe too expensive. We shall see. It's one of those that maybe like old Tokyopop, weird slashable type kind. It might be. So yeah, let me know if you've read this one. This is one I don't know very much about, but I've seen it around and I thought I'd give it a go. I can always get rid of it if it's not something I enjoy. Now on to one that is even more so not a BL, apparently, but by a BL mangaka, who is very much a BL mangaka. This is by Ogawa Chise Ogawa, and this is a 7 Seas. It's volume 1 of Blood Night Market. I mean, I don't know, but that front cover screams BL to me. Screams. So yeah, I feel like maybe some BL mangaka are able to do others, you know, genres, but it's just an element to their work that's always going to be BL coded, and this feels BL coded. So yeah, Blood Night Market, volume 1. I'm really looking forward to reading this. It sounds like something that I'm probably going to enjoy. On to some more, technically it's not BL, but tell me that tell me it's not BL for real. This is Associate Professor Akira Takatsuki's Conjecture in manga form, and this is volume 4 and volume 5. Art by Toji Ayo. Original story, Mikage Sawamura, and the character design by Jiro Suzuki. So I managed to pick these up. The first one, volume 5 there, I picked up back in December for £6.04, or with the discount, it would be £5.54. So this is the problem. When it's something that's really cheap, like Mad Love Chase, £1.36, taking it up to £5.54 makes me feel bad as an average. But when it's something like this, which is £6.04, and dropping it down to £5.54, it makes me feel better. I don't know what it is. I also got volume 4. This is from World of Books, and it was £6, or with the discount, it is £4.73. So a really good price for that one as well. These are 2 that I obviously haven't read. I need to give them a bit of a clean. They're not in perfect condition, but they are not too bad. I have volumes 1 and 2 in the manga form, which I've not read yet. So I need to pick up a volume 3 because I can't read either of these until I have the volume 3. So I've created a gap, but I created a gap by getting some bargains, and I don't really mind that. But I would like to be able to read and just binge it up to volume 5. I don't know how many more volumes there are in the manga form, but yeah, this is one that I'd like to read more of. Like I said, with the light novel as well. I've already read the first volume. I just want maybe more of the story. So yeah, I think I'm going to have to focus. This is another thing of 2026, filling in gaps. Identifying the gaps is the first chore, and then filling in the gaps, making it my shopping list of priorities. And I think prioritizing things rather than just getting bargains. I don't know, sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. So, yeah. Sometimes just getting things can create gaps that then need to be filled, and I'll talk about that in a second as well. So here is the biggest culprit, I think, of what happens when you pick up things for good prices as and when, and you don't pay attention. Suddenly you have a lot of a series that you can't read because there's a gap. So, Crossplay Love Volume 5, I picked up from that Sci-Fi order. It was supposed to be £7.14, but with the discount it would be £5.54, and I think that's a good price. And then, of course, there is Volume 8 there, which I got from eBay for £6.08, which is actually still pretty good for this Seven Seas series. There's like 12, 14 volumes, a lot of volumes. But I've managed to pick up quite a few randomly. So I have the first volume, I read it, I really enjoyed it, but I was like, I'll see how this series goes. And then I picked up, I think, a volume 6 randomly. Then I randomly picked up another volume, volume 7. So I was like, oh, 6 and 7. And then I picked up, last month was it? Volume 3 and 4. And then I picked up volume 5 and now volume 8. So I have from volume 1 through to volume 8 minus volume 2. So I can't read any of the volumes from 3 to 8 until I get volume 2, which is kind of annoying. So yeah, I have actually been looking for volume 2. This is the problem. I can't find it for a good price. It's all like £12, £13, something like that. I'm not paying that for a series that I'm just picking up as and when. So fingers crossed, at some point in the future, a Crossplay Love Volume 2 for a good price gets put up somewhere, because I will just continue to collect these volumes whenever I see them for good prices, from Volume 9 onwards. But yeah, this is the issue when you do that. You might get a gap and have a whole series, a massive amount from 3 to 8 that you cannot read. So what's that? 2, 4, 6 volumes I cannot read till I get volume 2. It is what it is. It is what it is. But yeah, it's a series I want to read and give it a go. It looks cute. I really enjoyed the first volume, but I feel like I need to reread it to be able to know, is this something? It was just playing with gender, and I quite like that. People who are boys who dress as girls but also meet each other, and it was very yaoi yuri, what am I reading kind of thing, and I loved that. I loved that gender play. So yeah, I want to know if the rest of the story is as good as that first volume. Okay, on to the actual BL in this haul. Like everything I haven't just shown you is very BL coded, but this is actual BL, and I'm gonna have to run through this because I'm realizing what the time is. Oh my god, I've been talking for ages. Love is an Illusion, Volume 2, art and story by Fargo. I love this story, but I have not made it a priority to pick up the physical volumes because I have the digital that I can read at any point in time. So I have Volume 1, I now have Volume 2, I have Volume 3, and I have Volume 5. So I need 4 and 6. And then obviously the Queen as well. But just flicking through this, as I was like, okay, yeah, I could just sit and read this again. It's so easy. But I'd probably just get out a device and just read it either on my phone or a tablet, just because I can. And now we just read the whole thing again. So I'm trying to avoid that. Don't flick through it. Just put it on your shelf. So yeah, I did get this for a good price. It was £6.61, which is pretty good for a big chunky boy like this. These volumes, I think the previous ones, 3 and 5, they were like £9 new. You can get Volume 1 quite cheap, secondhand, but the later volumes probably not so much, because people will have read Volume 1 and gone, nah, this isn't for me. and that's fine. It's a Megaverse, and it's got some tropes that a lot of people don't enjoy, but I love, so I'm happy to have this in the collection. Another Seven Seas title. That time I got stuck to The Guy I Hate by Taro Na. This is one I haven't really paid any attention to, but it was on World of Books, so I got it for a good price. I think it was anyway. Yeah, I don't know. Actually, yes, it was supposed to be £6.99, which is a great price, and it's in excellent condition for secondhand. But I got it for £5.24, and that's good. It's a really good price for what is quite new. And that's the thing, I haven't been keeping up to date with Seven Seas. I need to do that. I need to just sit down and make a spreadsheet of what's been released that I don't have yet, because it's been a long time. Make the shopping list, make certain things the priorities, that kind of thing. So yeah, this is one that I'm happy to have because it was good and cheap, but whether or not I will actually enjoy it is another matter. Another large trim size Seven Seas title that I got from, I think it was, yeah, World of Books, Sweet Room Escape by Owal. This is volume 1, so it is an ongoing series, and I managed to get this for £4.73 after the discount. It was £6.30. Either way, I mean, amazing price for a large trim size. So hopefully these are good. I will probably try and read this year because it's got escape in the title, and that is one of the buzzwords for February. So if you don't have an idea of what to read for February, Sweet Room Escape, because it's a keyboard key. So this is maybe something to read. I'm going to try to, at least at some point this year, read this. And the last of the large trim size of the BL that I have is Shinta Harikawa's Senpai This Can't Be Love Brush Up. So this is like volume 2 of the series. I picked up this Yen Press title, I think it was also World of Books, £6.99, but with the discount £5.24. Pretty good. So this came out last year, I think around January, and I had picked up the previous volume, volume 1 of Senpai This Can't Be Love, and read it in the January. So I feel like this is one that I kind of enjoyed, and I'm wondering what this volume is going to show. Is it? I don't know if the first volume really showed that it needed a second volume, or if it did. I'm gonna have to do a reread, I think, of the ending at least to see what happened. This is his boss. I haven't said what any of these stories are about because most of them I don't know, but this one I do know that this is the boss of the guy in the previous one, and they do end up getting together at the end of the first volume. So I'm wondering what happens in this second volume. I am intrigued. On to some smaller trim side. This is Yen Press. It's All or Nothing by Shike. I didn't realise it was so small and dinky, but it's so cute. And I love this composition. It looks like a painting, don't you think? Anyway, Shike is the mangaka of... Is it Pink Heart Jam? Yes. So I'm hoping this will be good. I did manage to pick this up for... It was supposed to be £6.90, but I got it for £5.24. So I'm very happy about that. It's a one-shot, which is nice. I love a good one-shot. So I'm hoping this is going to be a good one as well. And I'm looking forward to chibis, because that's what I love about Shike's work. The chibis are always so cute. And this looks like a high school sort of setting, so it'll be interesting as well. Another one-shot, Yen Press. This is I Don't Know How to Love by Yu Machio. Technically, I think I've read this, because I got a digital copy. I haven't written the review, but I think I filmed my review. So once I look through it, I'll maybe remember what it's about. But I honestly can't remember. And so now I think, did I actually read it? Anyway, I Don't Know How to Love. I managed to get from eBay. It was £6.30. So this is one I may have read, but I don't remember. Like, there's so many of these, like, I haven't read that, I haven't read that, I haven't read that. This is one I'm like, I don't know, did I? Wow. So yeah, that's really bad, but I will search through my phone to find if I did actually read it digitally. I think I did, but I cannot remember. And the last of the Yen Press small trim size is Be My Worst Nightmare Volume 3. I have Volume 1, I loved it. So When I saw this for £6.31, I was like, I'll have that, thank you very much. But I cannot read it because I need volume 2. And I need volume 2. This is great. I really enjoyed volume 1. Definitely feel like a reread is needed. But yeah, I maybe will wait until I can get volume 2 so I can read 1, 2, and 3 all together. This is following one of those tropes that I quite enjoy, which is when someone kind of has a crush on a girl, but the girl likes a guy, and then he ends up having to hang out with the guy and finding out actually maybe there's something there with the guy. But also it includes transmigrating in dreams to soft toys, which is also a thing I think happens more often than you would think in a BL. So yeah, I'm wondering what volume 2 and 3 are about. On to the 7 Seas titles. This is How My Daddies Became Mates by Mika Mita, volume 1. There's at least 2 volumes of this series. I don't know if there's any more. I'll need to check. But it is, of course, an Amigaverse, because how else would these daddies become mates if they were not in an Amigaverse? And they're sort of like Yankees, I think. Like, think very Megumi and Tsugumi kind of feelings to it. So yeah, I'm looking forward to reading this one. This one I got from World of Books. It was supposed to be £8.80, but I did get it for £7.48. So a little bit pricier, but I did get 15% off, so I'm happy to have that one. Yeah, this is one that I almost got a volume 2 for a good price as well, so that's a shame. So I'll have to keep an eye out for the volume 2 as well. Another small trim size 7 Seas title is BL Game Rebirth, My New Life as the Hero's Younger Brother, volume 1. This is by Kana, Yui Hanaka, and Shue, I'm guessing. I don't actually know anything about this, but like BL Game or games in general seems to be quite popular recently. This was supposed to be £8.80 as well, so I got it for £7.48 with a 15% discount. So hopefully this will be a good one as well. Volume 1 anyway. On to A Love Love Tokyopop 1. This is by Nira Kanayuki, and this is A Love-Struck Cat Wants to Be Petted. I think I think it's just about a guy who wants to go to a cat cafe and be petted, because technically he is actually a cat. So yeah, animal ear characteristics, that kind of thing. Love it. And I did manage to get it for a good price. This was from eBay as well. I think it was from We Buy Books. £6.39, which is really good for a Tokyopop title. That's like half the price that is recommended retail. It's always like 12, 13, 14 pounds is recommended retail for these. And I'm like, no, not doing it. £6 something. Fantastic. Under £7, fantastic. So under £8 is actually really good for Tokyopop in my mind. So if I can get it for under 7, chef's kiss. Very happy about that. Whether or not I actually enjoy it is another matter, but having them come into my collection for that price, I'm very happy with. And this is a Kuma title, Happy of the End, Volume 3 by Ogaretsu Tanaka. This, as you can see, is brand new because it still has its plastic on. So you would think, oh, I kept the brand new stuff to the end. I didn't mean to, it just so happens. But this wasn't actually brand new. This was second hand. So when it came and it's still in its plastic, I was very surprised. And I managed to get it for £3.96. The best thing I've bought this month in terms of price and value, I think, for a brand new title still in its plastic. And it's also the third and final volume of a 3-volume series that I already have volumes 1 and 2 for and I've not read. So this is a good purchase. This is a good one. This means I can read the whole series. And it also has End, which is also a keyboard key. So if you haven't for February, you could read Happy of the End, because End is also one of the names, I think, for one of the buttons on a keyboard. Something End. I don't know. I can't remember exactly. I think that's one of them. But yes, I think this would be a good one to read. That will probably break my heart. Ogaretsu Tanaka does this. Beautiful, stunning stories with really heavy topics, that can feel absolutely devastating. And then you feel at the end like you've been through something. She puts you through the ringer, but then you feel kind of elated that it's over with, but that you got through it. Like running a marathon, I'm sure that's what it feels like when you're like, oof, can't believe I managed that. That was horrendous. I hated it. I hate all the feels she made me feel. That's what Ogoretsu Tanaka does. So yeah, I'm wary of her. And the last two things, and I'm actually putting both of them on, these were the sci-fi titles that I wanted to hopefully get delivered before the end of the year, because technically in the UK they were out in January, but technically their publication date is December. So that's me up to date in British time, but not necessarily in Sublime publication dates. So this was Black or White by Sachimo, Volume 11, and Trickster's Tale, Volume 1 by Hontoku. And it looks stunning. But yeah, I am looking forward to reading them. I was hoping to do Black or White in January. Nope, didn't happen. So yeah, these ones I picked up for Black or White was £9 and 2. Oof. And Trickster's Tale was £8.52. But with the discount, or the average, it would be £5.54 each, which is why I think doing average for an order like that is probably a bit better in my mind. But it does make me question whether or not I want to try and pre-order things or order things like from Sci-Fi, even with discounts, like 5% discount and things like that. If I wait 2 or 3 months, I would get them for probably £1 or £2 off the recommended retail price. The pre-order price is great if they put up pre-orders, and they don't always. Sci-Fi does not always put up a pre-order. Sometimes they just are there. And so the price is like £9, but I would rather pay £7.50 because I know in 3 months' time it's going to be £7.50. So my goal of trying to keep up to date with Sublime is not necessarily going to be try and order them every month or pre-order the ones that are pre-order available, but wait until there's a good deal, like a 10% discount or a special Sublime discount or something like that. And then just like order everything. Because by then the ones that have come out in the January and the February and the March will most likely have gone down to the £7.50, that kind of thing, or the average cost will be less than that. And that's, I think, what I'm going to end up doing, which is what I've done the past 2 years actually. So I would still like to stay up to date, but probably aim to have a Sci-Fi order around November, December, looking out for a good discount so I can get them and stay up to date by the end of the year. So that's the plan. I did not read either of those new titles. So staying up to date and also reading them is another issue. So technically this is all of the explicitly BL that I managed to get in the month. So it's not actually as much as everything else is going to look. But yeah, this is what I have that I would say is 100% BL. Everything else is BL adjacent or BL-esque. Other than the Danmei and things like that as well. So this is everything. Hopefully you can see it. It's difficult to get it all in frame. This is 43 volumes, but only about 17 of them are explicitly BL. Well, maybe 18 with the Taste of Gold and Iron. That includes, Remnants of Filth and Nanchan, that kind of thing. So, yeah, maybe 18 male romance, danmei, and BL manga, manhwa, that kind of thing. So yeah, this is a pretty big stack of things that are some nothing to do with male romance or anything, and some that are just manga that are interesting, or that are LGBT, or play with gender, or have a sort of slashable element. So yeah, it's a kind of an interesting little mishmash of stuff this month. I think if I just bought the BL, I probably would feel better about the haul. Because it would be smaller and it would just be BL. But we'll see if I can get through all the stuff. I will need to do a little bit better job of keeping track of everything, so that next year when I do my what did I spend, it's a bit easier for me to actually track these things. But yeah, this is everything. Hopefully you had a nice cup of tea or whatever it is that your beverage of choice was, and hopefully you've been listening to me on double speed so that and maybe you're cleaning or doing something at the same time. that's cool, being productive. But yeah, this is a lot. It's a lot, right? So I feel like I need to really rein it in for the rest of the year. Now that I've done the full amount of what I spent last year as well. That video will hopefully be up already. We shall see. I have posted it on my Patreon. If you don't know, I do have a Patreon. It's just $1 a month and you get early access to videos. But I've been pretty lax about making videos, so don't don't worry about it. They come up eventually on YouTube. But yeah, early access and a shout out at the end of the video. If you would like to support me for $1 a month, that is there. If not, please do feel free to subscribe. I am almost at the 500 mark. I'm so close. 2026, I'm manifesting the year of my 500 subscribers, which is kind of funny because it's also technically 2026 would be the year, the 10th year that I actually have 365801 as my moniker. So it's kind of an anniversary, 10-year anniversary. Oof, that feels crazy. Anyway, I hope you've had a good 2025. We're back on our ship for 2026. I hope your year started off really well. Thanks for watching to the end of this video. Take care, guys. I will see you in the next one, hopefully soon. Bye.